Hi, and thank you for tuning in to the Daily Dose for Spiritual Growth. Today we are focusing on Psalm 73, and if you have not read it yet, that is okay, because I am going to do your job for you. I'm actually going to read the entire psalm. It's so good, and I feel like by just taking little portions, we missed the full picture, and I wanted us to enjoy it together. If you have already read it, don't be upset. You will do great on the test. So good job for doing your homework. All right, but anyway, this psalm, something interesting about it is it was written by Asaph. Now, Asaph was one of King David's choir directors, and he was a minister of music in the Bible times. And what's interesting is the different psalms were written by different people, many written by King David. We read one this week from King Solomon. Asaph as well. Asaph is attributed with collecting Psalm 73 through 83. We're not sure that he wrote all of them, but he did gather and organize them. This one particularly, though, he did write. And I think it's so interesting, his voice in this psalm. I want you to listen from beginning to end and see what you can learn and grasp. So let's go ahead and read it together. Starting in verse 1 of Psalm 73 says, Truly God is good to Israel, to those whose hearts are pure. But as for me, I almost lost my footing. My feet were slipping and I was almost gone, for I envied the proud. When I saw them prosper despite their wickedness, they seem to live such painless lives. Their bodies are so healthy and strong. They don't have troubles like others people. They're not plagued with problems like everyone else. They wear pride like a jeweled necklace and clothe themselves with cruelty. These fat cats have everything their hearts could ever wish for. They scoff and speak evil. In their pride, they seek to crush others. They boast against the very heavens, and their words strut throughout the earth. And so the people are dismayed and confused, drinking in all their words. What does God know, they ask? Does the Most High even know what's happening? Look at these wicked people enjoying a life of ease while their riches multiply. Did I keep my heart pure for nothing? Did I keep myself innocent for no reason? I get nothing but trouble all day long. Every morning brings me pain. If I had really spoken this way to others, I would have been a traitor to your people. So I tried to understand why the wicked prosper, but what a difficult task it is. Then I went into your sanctuary, O God, and I finally understood the destiny of the wicked. Truly, you put them on a slippery path and send them sliding over the cliff of destruction. In an instant, they are destroyed, completely swept away in terrors. When you arise, O Lord, you will laugh at their silly ideas as a person laughs at dreams in the morning. Then I realized that my heart was bitter, and I was all torn up inside. I was so foolish and ignorant, I must have seemed like a senseless animal to you, yet I still belong to you. You hold my right hand. You guide me with your counsel, leading me to a glorious destiny. Whom have I in heaven but you? I desire you more than anything on earth. My health may fail and my spirit may grow weak, but God remains the strength of my heart. He is mine forever. Those who desert him will perish, for you destroy those who abandon you. But as for me, how good it is to be near God. I have made the sovereign Lord my shelter, and I will tell everyone about the wonderful things you do. This psalm is so challenging because I've been there, and you probably have been too. You know, when we see other people prosper, people that do evil, wicked things, people who don't follow God's laws, and yet they seem to get ahead, they gain riches or they gain clout, they gain followers, and we can go, God, why do I even try? I'm behind while they get ahead. Or maybe you have people in your family or your workplace that don't have integrity or character, and yet they seem to have it all. And you wonder when God's going to show up in your situation. What I love about Asaph is he describes the full process, and that's why it was important to read it. He says, but God, when I spent time with you, here he describes it by going into his sanctuary. You see, in Old Testament times, the presence of God resided there, but we know today that the Lord resides within us, that we can be in his presence at any time. And he says, when I spent time with you, Father, my perspective changed. When I spent time with you, God, I was reminded of what a life is that follows you, that my riches are in heaven. And that's the question and the thing that I want you to ponder today. You see, there are people right now that you may envy what they have, what they own, what honor they seem to have, what prestige they have. But as a follower of Christ, there is a day where they will desperately desire what you have. And that's an eternity safe with God. Nothing on this earth is worth trading for the relationship that we have with God through Jesus Christ. And God is a just God. Nothing goes unseen, nothing goes unnoticed. He knows what's going on in this world, and his justice will ultimately prevail. And so continue to trust the Lord, continue to be faithful. And like Asaph, I hope you come to the place where you recognize, where else would I go but your presence, O Lord? You are everything. Hey, I want to thank you so much for tuning in today, and I hope to see you again tomorrow for another daily dose for spiritual growth.